Hi there, I am Aman and you're watching video classes. So, this is the concluding part of your chapter tenses, and in this video we are going to study the future tense. We have already discussed the forms of verbs, the present tense and the past tense, and all four forms of each of those. And now in this video we are going to study the future tense. So what is future tense? Future tense is generally when we are talking about the verb in future, when we are denoting the time of action in the future form. So whenever the action is happening, we are talking about the action being taking place in future, we use the future tense. And how we use the future tense, the verb form is very important. I think you must have learned by now that what are the forms of verb, how you must have learned the different forms of different verbs. You must look through internet for different forms of verb. You can go through the internet. It is very useful and it will be very useful for you in future also. So we are going to see the future tense, the four forms that are the present, the future, the future indefinite tense or simple future tense, the future continuous tense, the future perfect tense, and the future perfect continuous or the future perfect progressive tense. So all four forms. So this way we would have done the all 12 forms of tenses. There are 12 forms of tenses in general of all three tenses, the main three tenses. So this is the concluding part of your tense. See, first the simple future tense. So we will see that how you will frame your sentences, what you are going to do, how you are going to frame all the sentences in future tense in all four forms: the simple, the continuous, the perfect, and the perfect continuous tense. So without wasting time, let's start the future tense, the simple future tense. So what is simple future tense? The future indefinite tense or the future simple future tense is formed by putting shall or will with the first form of the verb. So it is very important to note that in simple future tense, you can make a note that we will always use the first form of the verb. See the first kind of sentence, that is the affirmative sentence. We are using subject plus will shall. So what is the difference between the future and other tenses? That we will use will or shall. So where to use will and shall, I think you are clear, and we will discuss in the future lessons also. We will do the models and there we will discuss all those. But I think it is clear to you that how to use will and shall plus will or shall plus first form of the verb plus the object. So Priya will read a novel. Okay. Now the negative sentence, the change that is there is we will use not after will or shall. So subject plus will shall plus not plus first form of the verb plus the object. So Priya will not read a novel. It's clear? Now see the interrogative kind of sentence. Will shall plus subject plus verb's first form plus the object. So in interrogative sentence, the change that is there is we put will or shall at the beginning. So will Priya read a novel? So see, in every kind of sentence we are using the first form of the verb in simple future tense. So now see the second way of writing the interrogative sentence. So we will put the interrogative word at the beginning. So what will Priya read? Got it? How we have done it? We have used the interrogative word, then will shall, then subject, then the first form of the verb. So I think it is clear to you that how to frame the sentences in simple future tense or the future indefinite tense. So we are using the first form of the verb in every kind of sentence, and we are using will or shall in our sentences. Now see the future continuous tense or the future progressive tense. So see the first kind of sentence, affirmative sentence. The future continuous tense, how you will do it. So see, in future continuous tense, it is used to express an action that will be continuing at some point in future. So we are talking about something that is going to continue in the future. In some point of future, it will be continuing. So see how we do it. We again use the first form of verb in all the sentences. You can note it down. So first, see the affirmative sentence. Subject plus will shall plus be. Here the difference is we use be. In future continuous tense, we use be after will or shall. So subject plus will shall plus be plus first form of the verb plus ing, because it is in continuation, it is in continuous tense form, so we use ing with the verb's first form. So Priya will be reading a novel. So what changes there? We have used be and ing form with the first form of the verb. Now see the negative. What changes there? After will or shall, we have used not. So subject plus will shall plus not plus be plus verb's first form plus ing plus the object. So Priya will not be reading a novel. So the change is there that we have used not after will. So in the interrogative kind of sentence, see, will, shall will come at the beginning, then we will use be and the first form of the verb plus ing plus the object, and the most important thing in interrogative sentence, the question mark. So see, will Priya be reading a novel? Now coming to the second way of writing our interrogative sentences, see, we will use the interrogative word at the first part of the sentence. So see, what will Priya, here be will come after the subject. What will Priya be reading? So see the difference between the two ways that we are using the interrogative word. So the object will not come in our sentence. So what will Priya be reading? So I'm sure you must have learned the first two forms of the tenses, and you must have learned the forms of verb. Again, you will note down the chart in your notebook, and I will send you the exercises based on future tense. How the tenses are useful in your course, how you will use it in exam point of view. See, in exams we don't give questions based on tenses or any other chapter. There are grammar items, few grammar items like the gap filling, the sentence reordering, or the editing. So all these you will you can do, or you have to do on the basis of your knowledge of the grammar topics like tenses, the models, or other stuff. So tenses will be helpful in doing those exercises which are gap filling, editing, sentence ordering, etc. This comes in higher level exams also, be it board exams or the other high level exams. So it will be useful, tenses will be useful in future for doing the editing exercises that we are going to do after some time. So for now you can do the exercises that I am going to send you, and it will be very helpful for you. So let's see the last part of your future tense, the future perfect tense. So here what difference is there is that we are using the third form of the verb in our future perfect tense. So what is the change? We are using the third form of the verb in the future perfect tense. So what is future perfect tense? Future perfect tense shows that an action will be completed in the future before another action takes place. So when the other action is taking place, when the other action will be completed in future before some other action takes place, we will use the future perfect tense. See, subject plus will plus have plus third form of the verb plus the object. So Priya will have read a novel. Here the third form is there, so read. If in case Priya was writing, so it would be Priya will have written a novel. So see the negative form, subject plus will shall plus not have plus verb's third form plus object. So see, Priya will not have read a novel. Now see the interrogative part, will shall plus subject plus have plus third form of the verb plus the object. So Priya have will Priya have read a novel? See the difference? We are using um, we are using the third form of the verb in the sentence, and we are using will or shall at the beginning of our sentence. See the second form of using the interrogative sentence, framing the interrogative sentence. See, we will use the interrogative word at the beginning and so on. So what will Priya have read? Again the object will not come as we have used the interrogative word. So this way our tenses concludes here. So I hope you have understood it. The only way you can read tenses is by learning the tables thoroughly. So tenses, most people find it very difficult or very confusing, but there is nothing such about it. If you go through these tables thoroughly, then you will not have any difficulty while framing the sentences. So these charts will be useful for you for lifetime. So go through the charts thoroughly, read the charts properly, see where you are using the forms of the verb. The notes you can make on your own, that where the first form of the verb is used. See the example, that future perfect tense, here we are using the third form of the verb in all the sentences. Okay, sorry, one more form is left, the future perfect continuous tense. Quickly see it. So see, future perfect continuous tense, what is the change here? That we are using the first form of the verb instead of third form. So in future perfect continuous tense, we use the first form of the verb plus ing, and like we have done with past tense, since, for and the time. So see quickly the first type of sentence, the affirmative sentence, Priya will have been reading a novel for an hour. So subject plus will shall plus have plus been. Like in past tense we have used been, here also we are using been. So Priya will have been reading a novel. Now the difference between the future perfect continuous tense and other tenses, that we are using since and for, we are denoting the particular time here. Priya will have been reading a novel for an hour. See the negative, we put not after will or shall. So Priya will not have been reading a novel for an hour. See the interrogative ones, we put will or shall at the beginning, and been will be used, so will be since or for. So see, will Priya have been reading a novel for an hour? Got it? Now see the last type, the interrogative only. The second way of writing the interrogative sentences, we use the interrogative word at the beginning. So see, what will Priya have been reading for an hour? See, the first form of the verb, been, is used here, and interrogative word is used at the beginning, so the object will not come. Got it? I think the four forms of the future tense are clear to you. Now draw the charts in your English notebooks, and you will do the exercises that I am going to send you in the PDF. So I hope you have understood tenses. If you have any queries, you can ask me through WhatsApp, or you can write the comment in comment section, and I am again going to revise this topic in class when our school gets reopened, because tenses is a very difficult topic, is a very important topic, so we will again revise it but for now you can draw the charts, you can do the exercises, and if you face any difficulty you can always ask. So please watch the video, like the videos, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and look forward for the videos in future. Thank you so much for watching the